Hey, are you having that nagging ache at the front of the shoulder or the whole side of the shoulder where it feels like it's got to be deltoid? Why is my deltoid so jacked up? But rubbing the deltoid and trying to affect the deltoid isn't actually helping? Yeah, because it's not coming from the deltoid. And sometimes that deltoid pain could be kind of radiating down the arm a little bit. Yeah, I want to help you understand where that pain is actually coming from and how to fix it coming up next. Hey, Kat Matlock here for FreeBody in Asheville, North Carolina. That deltoid pain is not at all coming from your deltoid, not coming from the deltoid. It's actually most likely coming from one of the rotator cuff muscles at the back of the shoulder on the shoulder blade itself. And to fix that, you also have to go through a few steps to release what's pulling on that muscle so that it can let go. As a trigger point therapist for 34 years now, I work on a lot of shoulders. I've worked on thousands and thousands of shoulders. It's a common place to be injured because it's the most freely movable joint in the body. So it's the least stable, and it requires muscular contraction to stabilize that humerus inside the socket. A lot of muscles are at play causing that deltoid pain. It's almost never just coming from the deltoid. As a matter of fact, it's almost never at all coming from the deltoid. Feels like it's the deltoid, feels like it's that whole top area of the shoulder outside, makes you want to rub it like this. It aches deeply. It can start aching down the outer muscle, the brachioradialis muscle. Poor brachialis and brachioradialis don't get enough attention. Brachialis, biceps, it can ache all the way down into the forearm sometimes, even into the palm, into the fingers a little, in the back of the hand. It doesn't always, but that is a potential pain referral that can go along with that ache in the shoulder. It can also ache along the vertebral border of the scapula or along that long bony edge that's closer to the spine, to the vertebra, than the outside. That also can ache from this little muscle on the shoulder blade. Ironically, it can also ache a little bit at the base of the skull where you're like, oh, base of the skull, am I going to get a headache? What's going on? All of that can be related to this one muscle, which is called infraspinatus. Infraspinatus, that name actually means inferior or below to the spine of the scapula. And so here's the spine of the scapula. And below that spine of the scapula is a flat kind of muscle that goes from that vertebral border of the scapula or that inner edge of the shoulder blade along that whole surface of the scapula and attaches onto the back of the humerus. So what that muscle does is what's called external rotation. It rotates the arm outward. It pulls the hand back to do that. So you go to reach, or you go to reach across, it aches, it hurts. Sometimes it might hurt when you try to reach your arm up overhead. You can't reach your arm overhead. You can't reach behind you. You can't reach out to the side. Infraspinatus is a rotator cuff muscle that rotates the shoulder externally. It is a thin, flat muscle that with its best friend teres minor, which is really just kind of a feather of the little wing of that infraspinatus. It's just an extension of infraspinatus, really not even two different muscles in my opinion. I always work them together because teres minor just like kind of goes off a little bit lower than the bulk of infraspinatus. Those two muscles externally rotate the shoulder. And then you have these huge muscles, pec major, teres major, latissimus, that internally rotate the shoulder. Flat, thin, little tiny infraspinatus and its best friend teres minor, externally rotating, huge pec major, huge latissimus, huge teres major, all attaching at the front of the arm. So that's sometimes where that ache can begin, is right here, that pull the arm down and in. We are designed to climb trees. Those muscles are what I call the big three: pecs, lats, and teres. Pecs, lats, and teres have to be released first before you can get any success in releasing that deltoid, that aching in that deltoid and maybe down the arm too, that's being caused by infraspinatus. You can't just release infraspinatus and expect those trigger points and that aching to go away. Here's why. As I've said many times on this channel, over and over and over again, where you're feeling the pain, the muscle that's causing that pain isn't often where you're feeling it. So that's the pain referral, is the deltoid. The muscle itself lives on the shoulder blade in this case. That muscle, the infraspinatus that's causing that pain, number one cause of that aching at the front and side of the shoulder, that muscle is being pulled by the pecs and the lats and the teres. And those muscles are pulling the shoulder down and forward, causing some rounding of the shoulder. So anytime we slouch, anytime we text, blah, 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 looking at our devices, anytime we round forward, if we slouch to poop, TMI, but true, right? We round forward, we lean into life. We're constantly pulling that teres minor and that infraspinatus, the star of our show today, that are trying to pull the shoulders back and down. They're trying to pull the chest open, pull the shoulders back. But we have these big giant muscles that are drawing everything forward and rounded forward. It's the most common shoulder pain I see. I would say 80% of people that come to me with shoulder issues, it starts there. Oh, rotator cuff injury, oh, this and that, maybe, but it's probably trigger points. The first symptoms are always trigger point pain referrals. The muscles are out of balance and they're going, hey, fix me, stop this, stop everything, change what's happening. Over time, if you ignore that ache, you will end up with rotator cuff injury, a tear, impingement, all kinds of issues can come up. So let's avoid that. First thing is to start opening the chest. Just walk around in what I call how wonderful, where you squeeze the shoulder blades toward each other, palms face up so that you're really getting that external rotation. Right? You want to resist just clasping the hands behind the back because see, that's rotating my shoulder forward. You want to lift and open the chest, look up every now and again, and resist that pull of pecs, lats, and teres. Then you want to release a little bit the pecs, lats, and teres on a ball or a foam roller. We'll link the video. You can see my talk also about the big three is up here in the corner. Watch that, really get how important the big three is to healing any problems with your shoulder. Begin with the big three. Then you can release the infraspinatus and teres minor. And of course, we're going to put that link up here and also down in the description. I cannot stress enough, you cannot just go with a ball onto that infraspinatus and expect it to be fixed. It will feel good, sort of. It's going to hurt at first a lot, actually. And it will feel like the right thing. It'll release it for a moment. But the big pull of the pecs, lats, and teres are going to keep driving that pain. They're going to keep driving that infraspinatus to go, I'm freaking out. Pull those shoulders back. You have to attend the front of the chest, what I call the front flap of the armpit, pec major, the back flap of the armpit, the teres major, and the latissimus. Then the shoulders will naturally be more open. They'll be more free. They will roll open and back a little bit. You want to strengthen the rhomboids, pull the shoulder blades towards each other. Give the infraspinatus a little help here because that poor little muscle is just freaking the heck out because it's being pulled by its big cousins that are kind of bullies all the time. They're just kind of yanking on the back of the body. This pattern can also cause that aching between the shoulder blades where you will swear it's the rhomboids. But I'll tell you that it might actually be, sure, rhomboids are going to be unhappy about this pattern, but it might actually be a little point on the infraspinatus. So look at this picture of the pain referral pattern associated with trigger points on the infraspinatus muscle. Look at that. Aching in the shoulder, maybe radiates down the arm, maybe even goes into the hand. Aching back by the shoulder blade, maybe a little tingly aching at the base of the skull. All of that can be caused by tension in the infraspinatus, which is almost always caused, I've never seen it not be caused, that's thousands of people, by tension that begins in the pecs, the lats, and the teres, and too much rounding forward, too much texting, too much leaning into life, and not enough, how wonderful, right? So your program is going to be look up, lift your chest, open the front of the body sometimes. It's going to be use the ball on the pecs, link in the description. Use a ball or foam roller in the lats and teres, link in the description. Then, and only then, will you be successful in releasing the infraspinatus on the shoulder blade, and how to do that with a ball, link in the description. I'm Kat Matlock here for FreeBody. I trust you found this video to be helpful. Of course, we sell all the balls, and we've got some exciting new projects coming up with the toolkits, so check that out in the description. I'll see you in the next video.